Why don't we start off with Joe? Joe, you are first up on the Vegas Take. What's going on?
Hey, Brian. And is JD there today? No, right?
He is not here today. No, sir.
All right, my friend. Just wanted to start off by saying I don't know if he's racist or not, but you got to admit he does mess up a lot with what he says, especially when he was talking about Obama. He was a clean, articulate kind of guy. He
is. Obama is a clean, articulate guy. What does that have anything to do with his race?
But just by the way you said it, and also about taking the chains off of blacks, and also what about he says if you're not black if you don't vote Dem.
Okay, so let's go with that comment. So Joe Biden did apologize for that. He knows he was wrong, and he did apologize for it. Joe Biden is certainly not a perfect candidate. In fact, you know how much, Joe, I hate Donald Trump. Only recently did I say I was going to vote for Joe Biden. I mean, so that should tell you something. I don't think Joe Biden is a great candidate, but I will say this about Joe Biden. With the gaffes, listen, the guy's in his mid-70s. I don't blame him for having gaffes. With that being said, I do believe Joe Biden is a decent person. I don't believe Joe Biden is a racist. I do believe Donald Trump is a racist. All you got to do is look at the things he said in his career.
He's not a racist, dude. He's not at all.
He's not. Okay, so why does he defend the Confederate flag then?
I have no problem with that.
You have no problem with anybody.
Not at all.
You have no problem with anybody defending a flag that represents slavery, bigotry, and hatred.
It means to you. It's what it means to you.
It's what it means to me. Okay, so what does the Confederate flag mean to you?
To me, I don't care about the Confederate flag.
I didn't ask you. I didn't ask you if you. I didn't ask you if you didn't care about it.
A southern culture, and it doesn't mean slavery. Period.
Okay, so your definition of the Confederate flag is southern culture.
You just got to take the knee pads off of Joe Biden.
I don't wear knee pads. You dumbass. All right, you're a dumbass, Joe. Have a nice day. Have a nice day, dumbass.
A putz.
Yeah, that guy was a putz. I would use him as maybe one of the worst callers for next week. By the way, when I use the term knee pads, it means you make excuses. It means you excuse horrible behavior, disgusting behavior, and you fail to realize that Donald Trump is a bad guy. That's what it means when I say, and I just said on the air that I think Joe Biden's far from a perfect candidate. It was only about a month ago that I said I was going to be voting for Joe Biden. So that guy's a complete fool. It's pretty easy to say that Joe Biden, he's an old school, politically incorrect, East Coast guy. I think that's fair to say. 702-257-5396 is the number to call. Let's go to Paul. Paul is next on the Vegas Take. What's going on?
Hey, Brian, how's it going? Reasonable Trump supporter here.
All right. Glad to hear that. What's on your mind, man?
Here's my thing. I'm not trying to anger you. I hope you'll let me get a few things out.
Go for it.
Is you and I have the same problem, but you have it with President Trump, and I have it with the New England Patriots, because when they came back and beat the Falcons, I couldn't scream loud enough, F the effing Patriots, they effing suck. And obviously they just won the Super Bowl, so they don't.
Yeah, but they earned it, though. They earned it.
That's okay. Well, I mean, they did. But my thing is I understand that you don't like President Trump personally.
He's a horrible person. Yeah, he's a horrible human being.
I don't think he's a great person either.
Yeah.
But if you've decided that you're going to vote for Biden,
yes.
And my thing there are different forms of racism. I feel like Biden feels like he is owed the black vote because he served as vice president under a black person, and that to me is a form of racism with the Democrats. Or anybody that feels like a race owes them anything.
Okay, so I disagree. Okay, so I don't know if Joe Biden feels that way. If he does, okay.
His speeches tell you that if you ain't black,
listen, hold on. Let me start over.
Okay.
I don't know if Joe Biden feels that way, but if he does, I completely disagree. But that doesn't change my opinion on who I'm voting for. And the reason why I say that is because I believe Joe Biden is a decent human being, and I would rather have it.
I think he is too.
Yeah.
But Brian, do you hate Donald Trump so much that you're willing to pay more taxes?
I'm not paying more taxes. I'm not a millionaire. I'm not going to be paying more taxes.
Well,
that's not true.
I know. I've always felt that way as well, because I always thought, I've never been in the tax bracket that whoever the president is not going to affect me.
Listen, Paul, listen. For the millionaires out there that I know, or people that are extremely wealthy, I get it. They are going to be paying more taxes, and that is a reason to vote for Donald Trump, and I understand that, and I respect that. I'm just not one of those people. I wish I was. Listen, if I had $10 million in the bank, I probably would vote for Donald Trump, but I'm not going to.
But what about all of our vehicles? Like they're saying this new Green Deal, if this actually kicks in, look how many jobs are going to be lost, and besides the jobs that are going to be lost, they're saying that they're going to have to build all these new forms of energy. How many people do we have that are actually qualified at this moment to do all that?
Well, first of all, if you look at job growth, I appreciate the call, Paul. If you look at job growth and you look at the jobs that Barack Obama created compared to the jobs that Donald Trump has created in 3.5 years, Barack Obama has created more jobs. I believe the Joe Biden presidency will be very similar to the Barack Obama presidency. I didn't vote for Barack Obama, but I had a lot of respect for Barack Obama then, and I have a lot of respect for Barack Obama now. I feel the same way about Joe Biden. I have zero respect for Donald Trump. He knows how to get ratings. He knows how to manipulate the media. Okay, but I have zero respect for this man with a silver spoon up his mouth and a golden toilet underneath his ass. I'm sorry. I don't have respect for people like that. I never will. 702-257-5396. Go to Calvin. Calvin is next on the Vegas Take. What's up?
How you doing, sir?
What's up,
Just
Calvin?
let you know, I don't know if Biden's a racist. I don't know if Trump's a racist. But I do know this. Donald Trump supports racism. You have Stephen Miller in the White House who is a devout racist, and Trump supports him 100%.
No question.
And the Republican Party, right now, they have marginalized everything. Just like I talked with you and JD last week, and we mentioned Trump was a liar.
Right.
You know what? The first thing out of JD's mouth was, everybody's a liar. But
Yeah.
Trump is the president. It doesn't matter about everybody else.
You got to hold a
We're
higher
talking
standard.
about our president.
You have to hold. I agree with you. You have to hold a higher standard to the president of the United States.
There's no other choice but to hold him to a higher. That's why he was voted.
And I don't understand something else, Calvin, and I agree with you. You know, one of our callers who called up a few minutes ago, and he doesn't think Donald Trump's a racist. Okay, fine. I'm willing to have that conversation with you, and I ask a very simple question. Then why does he defend the Confederate flag? And the response I get is, well, you know, it means something different to everybody. So
you know what?
Yeah.
The Confederate flag was fought over by racist people in this country
Exactly.
to maintain slavery.
Right.
And that's just no other answer to that question. But and I heard JD defend it, but you know what? He defends it, but he don't support it. So my thing is, just stay away from it if you're not going to make a decision whether you're going to support it or not.
But you know what? Going back, Calvin, to Joe Biden. But Joe Biden talks about ideological diversity. And by the way, he's right, because most people that are black do vote Democrat. That's what he was talking about.
I'm black, and I have voted Democrat all my life.
That doesn't mean you're a racist.
Yeah, and you can even go as far as to say most whites that are in that position to vote for Trump are the same way. They're going to vote Trump if they're racist.
But here's something that Trump supporters don't want to hear. Here's something that Republicans don't want to hear, Calvin, and it is this. And by the way, I appreciate the phone call, Calvin. It is that if every single person in this country voted, I'm talking about legally, I'm not talking about illegal immigrants. If every single person in this country voted every single election, there would be no Republicans in office, period. It would be a Democratic president every single 4 years. But Republicans refuse to admit that. It is a fact. It is also a fact that Hillary Clinton won the popular vote 3.5 years ago, and I guarantee you Joe Biden will win the popular vote. I don't know who's going to win, but I guarantee you Joe Biden will again win the popular vote, which means, and I don't care what state you're living in, the majority of people in this country want a Democrat as president. 702-257-5396. Let's go to Dave. Dave is next on the Vegas Take. Dave, what's going on?
Hey, guys. Happy Friday.
Thank you.
Hey, on your monologue at the beginning part was, again, Republican, Democrat, or Trump hater, Trump lover. If you flipped everything you said, and if Trump would have done that, you would have gone like, oh, he's a child molester. If Trump would have been
because that's not true, Dave. With all due respect, Dave, hold on. I'll keep you on, Dave. With all due respect, Donald Trump has 25 women that have accused him of rape or sexual assault, including one of his ex-wives in court documents. He has kids with 3 different women. So please don't conflate or compare Joe Biden and how he's treated women over the course of his life compared to Donald Trump.
The whole thing. That's just one part. But
what do you mean it's one part? It's the whole part. What do you mean it's one part?
No, it's not. No, listen to me.
Okay.
You even mentioned before, and you've said it many times, just because you marry someone and they may marry a black lady or something like that,
Sure.
Or they have a relative, it's the same type thing. You're saying, well, because he was the first vice president of a black president, doesn't mean he's not racist.
I agree. Dave, is that the only thing I mentioned? Dave, I agree with you.
Right.
Is that the only thing I mentioned? Yes, I agree with you. Just because you're the vice president of the first black president doesn't mean you're not a racist. But look at Joe Biden's history and look at the things he's done in his life, and then look at Donald Trump's history. Sir, with all due respect, there's no comparison.
But he's been in there how many years? And he's done. Actually, he's got.
That's it.
nothing
Okay,
that
you're
he's shown
talking
for.
about policy now. That's a different
Right.
thing. If you want to talk about
Okay.
policy, that's fair game, Dave. I'm
Okay,
willing
and
to.
the other one about I grew up in Pittsburgh and around the Pittsburgh area.
Yes,
Had
sir.
a lot of friends from down south, and and my spin on it, at least the friends that I had, the Confederate flag was Southern pride. It had to do with
Well,
racism.
you said it yourself,
Dave. And as far as
Dave,
the
hold
Civil
on.
War, if you look up the Civil War,
Dave.
it wasn't completely
Dave,
about
can I just respond to
freeing the slaves.
Okay, so Dave, I appreciate your phone call. First of all, you said it yourself. Spin. There should be no spin when it comes to the Confederate flag. I don't care where you live. I don't care where you come from. Any logical human being that is not a bigot would tell you that the Confederate flag represents slavery, hatred, and bigotry. Now, if you want to spin, like you just said, by the way, you use the term, not me, then go ahead and spin. But I am not going to sit here and say that it is okay for the President of the United States to defend the Confederate flag while attacking NASCAR for banning a flag that is the symbol of hatred, as I would for a flag that represents Nazism in Nazi Germany. To me, they're both inappropriate, they're both wrong, and they're both a symbol of hatred. And it's the same people, or some of the same people, that are defending the Confederate flag, right? They defend the Confederate flag, but when it comes to a BLM sign, oh boy, we can't have that. I'm sorry, I have a serious problem with that. The President of the United States simply needs to say the Confederate flag is wrong and it should have no place in society.